Earlier this week, a 585-page document was put into play that is meant to govern the United Kingdom's exit from the European Union. It was meant to be a stepping stone on that journey, but political developments in the United Kingdom since have suggested that it might actually have raised the spectre of a no-deal Brexit. What would that mean for defense? Well, first, I think it's important to understand that a strong security relationship between the EU and the United Kingdom is not necessarily dependent on a withdrawal agreement. However, if the well is poisoned, it would of course make it unlikely that we get such a strong security agreement. And what are the implications of that? I think there are four that are worth mentioning. From the UK's point of view, leaving the European Union without a strong security agreement would mean leaving a framework for multinational cooperation at a time when all security problems that we're facing actually demand multinational action. The second point, I think, is that British security and defense industry might be excluded from European research funding. It might face trade barriers. It might find it difficult to access the skills set and the talent pool that it needs to be successful. For the European Union, a no-deal scenario is also not a desirable outcome in security terms. First, it would mean that the European Union would lose the member state that is militarily most capable. It would make it more difficult for the EU to meet its declared strategic level of ambition. The UK has about 20% of conventional military capability of all member states. And more importantly, perhaps, the British defence industrial base accounts in revenue terms for almost 40% of the EU's defence industrial base. So there are really significant capabilities that the UK could bring to the table based on a strong security agreement that I think is in the interest of the EU to have that in place. So in other words, it is really in nobody's interest to walk away from security cooperation. And yet, of course, that might well be the outcome of a no deal and acrimonious Brexit.